to Power Conversations podcast by What's Your Superpower TV. This podcast features conversations of overcoming by faith and pushing through to fulfill a purpose-driven life. This podcast is hosted by CEO and best-selling author Nadia Francois. Welcome to the broadcast. Hey, everybody. How are y'all doing tonight on this beautiful Tuesday? Welcome to Power Conversations Live. I am your host, Nadia Francois, hailing all the way here from Louisiana. We have some amazing women on tonight coming to tell us all about themselves and a new project they have up. Before I bring them up, I want to make sure that everyone has access to What's Your Superpower TV and Power Conversations. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and like all of our Facebook pages, WYSPTV and What's Your Superpower Anthology, also Power Conversations magazine and podcast. So now that that is out of the way, let's go ahead and bring our beautiful ladies on. We have the amazing visionary Miss Sherrell D Mims.
Hello.
Dr. Josephine Harris. Hey, ladies, how are you?
Yes, hi.
Sweet.
Queen Nadia, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. So I'm going to take a minute to share out the broadcast. But while I do that, Miss Sherrell, come on and tell us all about yourself. Let us know who you are.
Okay, let's take it from the top. Hello, Facebook audience and YouTube and wherever you're streaming live. My name is Sherrell D Mims. I am the founder of Global Caregivers Network and the CEO of Global Caregiver Speakers. Global Caregivers Network is an exclusive Facebook group, it's on Facebook. It's exclusively for caregivers, those that have been caregivers, be it personal, professional, or family caregivers. This is what this group is all about. It's a network, it's a movement, it's exclusively for caregivers. And then also we have the Global Caregiver Speakers. Now, this is also exclusively for professional and family caregivers, those that have taken care of a loved one, but not just in the family setting, but also in the hospital, in the clinics, long-term acute care, and also in the nursing homes. So all of this together globally, it's a global experience. It's global. The name says it all. So we're going global with this. Global Caregivers Network was started in June of 2021, and then Global Caregiver Speakers came behind that on Christmas Day in 2021. So if you're a caregiver, we want you to join us and let us know that you are a caregiver, a family or professional caregiver, and join us. Thank you so much, Nadia.
You're very welcome, Queen. So I heard you say, and Dr. Joe will be with you in just a second. I just need to interject real quick. But
Okay.
I heard you say that the global caregivers was going where we were going global with the Global Caregivers Network, right?
That is correct.
So you need anyone that has been a caregiver or is currently a caregiver to join your network on Facebook.
That is correct. They can join on Facebook and also the Global Caregiver Speakers. Not both from the Global Caregivers Network is a private, because we know a lot of people don't like to air whatever they do, right? So
Yeah.
that's the private. And then you have the Global Caregiver Speakers. That is a public group on Facebook. So you can join either one. You can go in, click, and you want to request to be invited to join. And I go through every day or every other day and I invite the people to come in.
Awesome, cool. And so through the Global Caregivers Network and Speakers, you have birthed the anthology. How did you get into the author sector?
Okay, let's go back. Okay, so I'm gonna put a plug right here. Dr. Cheryl Woods, she was doing the books and anthologies. And that was the first anthology that I believe I got in was with Dr. Sherrell, wonderful woman, phenomenal woman. So
Yes.
from there, she gave us as a mentor. She's always willing to share her experiences and what's going on in her life. And so from there, I'm telling you, it just felt like dominoes. I have written my own book to caregivers, those that have lost a loved one to cancer.
Okay.
That was a book I had written. Then I got attached to Dr. Sherrell. We did an anthology. Then from there, it's just been like a domino effect. I mean, I wrote multiple anthologies with Dr. Sherrell and some other wonderful ladies. It's been wonderful. So that's how I got started with the anthology. This is where the Global Caregivers Network for the Love of a Caregiver anthology come from.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, tell us a little bit more about the project, as far as what made you decide to pull your own anthology together? What made you decide to invite other people, knowing that you had already written your own book? What made you decide to pull other women in?
Wonderful. Thank you for that question, Queen Nadia. Number one, let's take this from the top. I'm telling you, for as long as I have been a caregiver, we talking about as a family caregiver, right? Then we fast forward to 20 plus years in nursing. It was I would be amiss if I had not written an anthology, right?
Yeah.
Related to caregiving. That's just missing the whole point of why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I've been in this business for a long time. I am not new at this.
Yeah.
A registered nurse over 20 plus years, been at the bedside, been private duty, been in the hospitals pretty much all my life. And so it was just time. And remember this, it's all about timing.
Yeah.
I didn't just jump on this thing because it was something to do, right?
Yeah.
This had to be timed out. And so, for the love of caregiving, that's what we do all the time. Your heart has to be in this. It's all about the love, it's all about the heart, baby. If you notice everything that happens in the body, blood pumps to every artery, every vein, every organ in the heart, from the heart to the body. So it's a heart thing. And I tell people all the time, if your heart is not in caregiving, get out of it. If you just at your wits end now about taking care of someone, the love is not there, you have to get out of it. So this is where, for the love of caregiving, the inaugural, this is the first. It's something about being the first. I just shared with Queen Dr. Joe. You're the first one to kick off this anthology, baby.
Yes. Woo!
And I'm so excited about y'all can just feel the energy. I am just so excited about this because it's just something about being the first. And from this, it's going to trickle on and on and on
Yes.
with God's
Absolutely.
divine intervention.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Thank
it
you, Queen,
is.
for that. Now
Yes.
let's get on to Dr. Joe giving her intro. Welcome, Dr. Joe Harris, to the show. She is one of the co-authors in the book For the Love of Caregiving. And so, Dr. Joe, go ahead and tell us about yourself.
Thank you, Nadia. Thank you, Sherelle, for inviting me to be a part of this project, even for inviting me to be a part of your show, Nadia. Let me tell you, I am Dr. Josephine Harris. I am the mental health expert. I am
Come
a
on.
10 times best-selling author, a six-time international best-selling author. I'm also a certified mental health coach where I help military spouses navigate through different challenges in their life, like mental health and stuff like that, and to overcome certain self-identity that they lost along the way as a soldier member's wife and spouse. And I also am the founder of Common Minds LLC, where I help you navigate through mental health issues. Where I have my specialties is in domestic violence, sexual assault, ADHD, PTSD, and things like that. And I am so wonderfully happy to be a part of this caregiving project. I am so excited.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you for that wonderful intro. So I'm gonna ask you, what made you decide to be a part of this anthology?
Oh, let me tell you, Sherelle, that's my girl. And this is it's a totally different perspective which she went through in the direction she went to of caregivers, because you believe it or not, we are all caregivers in some kind of form of old-fashioned way.
Right.
But to have her to do this project of caregiving, that means that she has a passion for it. So this means I have a passion for it as a mental health professional, and I also am a caregiver too as well. And it's kind of hard on different people from different perspectives, especially when you in the field caring for people, and you also have to care for a family member as well.
Yeah. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
We never think about the caregiver, right? It's always, oh, the nurse got it, or I'm a
Mm-hmm.
my sister, whoever may be the caregiver, they aren't really. I feel like they aren't valued for what they're doing, because if
Mm-hmm.
for say the other sibling had to do what you were doing, it probably wouldn't get done, or it would be a problem, or whatever would happen to go on. So I think that it's amazing that you are spotlighting this sector of people, because they are so undervalued, even the ones that we aren't
Mm-hmm.
related to, even the ones, even going through this pandemic that we have gone through, and the people that had to take care of the frontline workers, what we call
That's
them,
right.
the
Come on. That's right.
tell me the word we was using.
That's it. The frontline workers. That's it. But it was essential workers.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. The
Yes.
essential
Yes.
workers, y'all.
Yes.
So this is a very, very good, and needed anthology and network that you have going on, because you really don't. I mean, of course there's associations and stuff like that
Sure.
for the professionals, but there, like you stated, there are people that are caregivers that may not be professional, they may just be personal, they may
That's
be
right.
a family friend or whatever. So thank you, Dr. Well, I'm saying doctor, I'm speaking it in existence, but Miss Sherrell, for coming
It's
up
claiming it.
and even just
I
being
receive. I receive it. I receive
Yes,
it.
yes, and
Yes,
being
ma'am.
obedient with the vision that God gave you. Thank you for that. So I want to throw that out there. And Dr. Joe, I have one more question. So, how did participating in this project affect you mentally?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Let me say it like this. This week been very challenging for me. I really had to lean more on my God, because I went through a time of depths of grieving, and my uncle had passed this week. And it was kind of difficult for me because I haven't seen him in a while, and I'm like, wow, I haven't really seen him. I talked to him over the phone, but I haven't really actually physically been there for him. And you would never know that he was sick, but he was sick and he never really showed it to us.
Yeah,
So, and being a caregiver, and then now I'm going through the motions with my father, caring for my father from a distance, which is difficult.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I'm flying back and forth to Savannah, Georgia. I'm staying in Washington trying to take care of him, trying to get him a
Wow.
caregiver because he has early stage of dementia.
wow,
And I just needed to really pull back for myself because I was really getting to be mentally drained. And
yeah,
and we
Wow.
are the worst critics of mental health professional, but I have learned throughout the years. Let me tell you, one of my things is that I take a week vacation every month.
Mm-hmm.
that's
That's
good.
Every
good. That's real
month.
good.
I don't care if I sit home and do nothing or I go somewhere else and get a pamper, but I do it.
Yes.
Yeah. You need it though, because you're taking on so much more, and then like you stated, your parent is hundreds or thousands of miles away from you, so you have to really have a lot of faith to
Mm-hmm.
trust that someone else that you have no clue who they are taking good care of your dad. So that's a lot of stress. That is a lot of
Yes,
stress, y'all.
it is. It sure can be.
Yes.
And so, Miss Sherelle, tell me, how do you, as a caregiver, deal with that day to day stress? You know, like I said, I'm sure we all go through it, just dealing with our
Hmm.
own household and just what we have to deal with around us. But you guys are extending yourselves.
Yes,
How do
we
you
are.
handle that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, we are. We are totally extending ourselves. So let's just a day by day case, right? So as
Yeah.
I get my day started, and I'm telling you right now, you're not going to be able to do this thing without a higher power. I know everybody they have their higher power, but I'm gonna tell you right now, mine is Jesus Christ. I
Yes.
have to get in that space. I have to prostrate myself to even get my day started. Come on
Yeah.
now, we got to keep this thing real. I
Yeah.
deal
Yes.
with psychiatric, neuropsychiatric now. So I'm dealing with Alzheimer, dementia, bipolar, manicky, schizophrenic, antisocial personality. Get the hell away from me. I don't know who you are. You see, these are the things I'm dealing with, right?
Right. Right.
So I could, when they ask me what can I talk about all day, 365, caregiving. This is my passion. This is what I do. This is why I know I'm in alignment with what God has called for me to do for such a time as this, right? I am, like Dr. Sherrell would say, stay in your lane of brilliance.
Yeah.
This is my lane of brilliance right here. Caregiving. This is what I do. And so the thing about every day doing what needs to be done, like I say, I deal with neuropsychiatric patients.
Hmm.
Okay, I just told you, neuro is dealing with the brain and the spinal cord. Most of these patients are neuro, right? Alzheimer, dementia. Okay, and then everything in between. Another thing they have done in the healthcare, and it's a sad commentary, they have mixed all the patients together.
Mm.
So they are from age 18 to 99.
Wow.
So can you just imagine all these different age groups in the same facility? It's just so much be going on. And another thing, we know the healthcare is understaffed. Let's just call it what it is.
Yes.
We're understaffed. Okay. So now we're doing abundance of work and we're dealing with this the
Yeah.
mental. This is why I understand what Dr. Joe is saying. It works on you mentally. So by the
Yeah.
time you get home, baby, you like, baby, I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to have some reserve for your
Hmm.
sweetie. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything just can't be done that way. So my whole day, I set my day up right. I start out in prayer. Get my day started. I'm on my way. Get into place. I'm wonderful. I take the patients right where they at. They love to see Miss Sherelle. Come on, Miss Sherelle gonna let them. I'm gonna have me a good day with them. You
Yeah.
get to have fun with them. They are not exempt. They are people too, right? They just have a challenge. We only one step from the edge ourselves now. Come on.
That's it. You're
You
right.
better call it what it is. We only one
Yeah.
step over the curb. So I'm just telling you, I take them right where they at. I hug them, right? You know what I'm saying? We still got to keep our little distance, but some of them just need a hug, right?
Yeah.
You just hug them. What's going on today, baby? Talk to me. What's going on? And I'm telling you, that's what they want. They don't want somebody coming in giving them all do this, do this, do this, do this. They don't need that. Come on. We don't need the military camp.
Yeah.
We need some real
Whoa.
professional caregivers. And that's what I do. I take them right where they at. I go sit down with them. I do puzzles with them. I color with them. I take them right where they at. And that's what people need to hear and see, that you're not judging them, prejudging them. Because I'm telling you, all of us is what? One step from the edge
Yeah.
and being in the same situation they in. It doesn't take much now. Look
Yeah.
at everything that's going on around us. It's so much going on. I mean, the post pandemic. Now they're talking about it's another virus out there. Now we're going into the flu season. Now grandma got to go into the hospital. Granddad got to go in the nursing home. You see what I'm
Yep.
saying? We're dealing with a lot.
Yeah.
So for those of you in the listening audience, if you know someone I'm gonna put this plug in right here, Queen. Now, if you don't mind,
Go ahead, Queen.
help your fellow family member out. Okay, I'm telling you, they need the help. They may not even ask for it, but take the time, call them, see how they doing, see how they feeling. Some days we just don't even feel it. I go in, I do the best I can, but I'm telling you, you have to be ready for these mental challenges in the mental health facilities. You have to be ready. You have to be ready. So that's my day. And at the end of the day, once I leave, they get a hug before I leave. Where you going, Miss Sherelle? They get another hug, baby. They catch me coming and going. They get their hugs from Miss Sherelle, and that's all they want. Some of them, that's all they need is just somebody tell them. I tell them I love you. Now you're gonna have to be good until I come back, right? Okay, Miss Sherelle. Okay, Miss Sherelle. See what I'm saying? That's all they want. Somebody to just love on them.
Yeah,
That's all they ask for. They so misunderstood.
yeah,
You know why they misunderstood? Because the people don't even know. We don't tend to read and understand the diagnoses of patients. Oh,
yeah,
they crazy, they schizo, they bipolar. But have you just sat down and read about these different diagnoses? I believe you would take a different perspective once you read about it and then find out what is the treatment for them. Never prejudge a person. I'm telling you. All they need is somebody to sit down and listen to them. A lot of them just have been misunderstood. That's my story, as Les Brown would say, and I'm sticking to it.
that's good. That's good. Now, Miss Josephine, Dr. Josephine, tell me about your chapter in this book. A little bit about your chapter.
A snippet.
You know, you know, I was really pondering about what to write, and I was wanting to come from a professional point of view. Then I was wanting to come from a really personal point of view. So now I put it together and put it in coming from a perspective from a mental health professional, and how could one is important. How is a mental health professional important to take care of a loved one, and what do they need help along the way? Because we need help as well, but we don't really have. Sometimes, as mental health professionals, we are our worst critics, and sometimes we don't reach out to ask that for help. And I always tell people, if you are a mental health professional, you're a therapist, you're a counselor. If you don't have a counselor and you counseling someone else, then that patient need to go somewhere else, because everybody needs somebody to talk to counsel them, to
That's
go through
right.
these challenges with them. So you a really good therapist, have a therapist.
That's good.
It
That's
makes
good.
sense. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I know that most times when we write, um, writing is therapeutic and, we kind of mature in some things. What did you learn during the writing process of your chapter, Dr. Joe?
Wow. I learned a lot because I'm a writer. I like to journal. I journal my feelings. I have like different journals for everything. I have a gratitude journal. I have a self-care journal. I have a mental health professional journal, what I do after I see my clients and how I take care of myself. So I have that journal. I have a prayer journal. So I'm constantly writing, and
Wow.
just
Mm-hmm.
relieve a lot of tension. And especially as a mental health professional, we tell our clients, okay, you need to journal, but as we journal.
Right.
So the writing process for me, it took me to a different perspective, because this is Sherelle baby, and it's totally different from what I'm writing about. So I'm writing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming from a mental health professional as well as a personal standpoint as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Good. All right. So I like that. It's getting interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Miss
Mm-hmm.
Sherelle,
Yes,
when
ma'am.
is the book coming out?
Okay, so the tentative date is going to be in November. You know, November is National Caregivers Month.
Ah,
Yes, it is. It's National Caregivers Month. So, what better time to bring out your first anthology than to do it this month? So it's very timely, and we're putting the dates together. But we look forward in November 2022. It's coming out. It's going to be wonderful. And so, like I said, the co-authors and all of those, we got all this together. Be ready. It's going to be wonderful. We're going to launch this. I just keep thinking about the first. It's something
hey,
about
you
the
keep saying
word
it. You
first.
keep saying it.
It's something about the word
First,
first. The first,
first.
inaugural. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? I can go on and on talking about the first because they even always talked about it. Like, I'm not gonna get into the biblical part of, but just the firstborn, your first book, your first baby, your first, whatever it is, your first business, right? You put
yeah,
your all into this thing, man. It's just something about the word first, inaugural, whatever the word may be. But I'm telling you, this is the first. It's going to be so wonderful. I am looking forward to it. I really am. Because you
awesome.
know what, Queen Nadia, what we're going to do once all of this is set in stone, I already have people that's waiting on me, right? Corporations, businesses. You see what I'm saying? You speak that thing into existence. I already
Yes,
know they waiting on me. But guess what? I have something that they want. And so when you have something that people want, they come looking for you. So
yes.
I'm right here in the middle right now, and I'm taking my time. I
And
can't jump on
timing
everything
is
everybody is
everything.
doing. Come on,
Timing is
girl.
everything. Yes,
Yes.
I keep telling y'all the first and timing. If you don't hear anything else tonight, hear the word first and timing, and God's divine timing. It's
yeah,
not when I want to do it. It's when God say, "Okay, it's time to do it." Then you get ready. Not when everybody, oh, you should be doing this. No, 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 no. When God say do it, so
yes,
it's time.
Yes, ma'am.
yes. Now, Miss Sherelle, how many authors do you have in the book?
Right now. I think it's about 15, and they're still trying to come in. But I think I may just cut it off at 15 or
Okay,
20. So they still coming in. So
that's good.
we getting everything in order. But this is the thing. I understand this too. It's not about the numbers.
Not at all.
It's about the content.
That's it.
It's about the content. Because the thing about this, you can have 50 people, 100 people, and the content be raggedy.
Yeah,
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
yeah,
It's not about the numbers. We have to understand that it's not always about the number.
yeah.
It's
It's
for
quality.
me,
We need some
it's a
quality
yes,
out
yes.
there.
It's about the quality and the content. You can have
Yes.
2 people, 3 people, and have the best book ever.
Absolutely.
So I'm just saying, I just put it out there. Queen Nadia.
Are all of the authors medical uh
No,
caregivers?
there is an array. You have professional, you have family, you have CNA. So it's an array of caregivers because you can't just say it's not one type of caregiver.
Yeah,
Nope.
You know what? You even got to talk about the personal caregiver. You have to remember, we have to take care of ourselves first, our
yeah,
personal self care, in
yeah.
order to what? Take care of someone
Someone
else.
else. Yeah.
So you got to talk about that personal caregiving as well.
Yes.
There you go, Dr. Joe on my team. Come on, Queen Nadia.
Yeah, it's the best
Come
care.
on, baby.
So, one final question. What impact are you trying to make with this book project?
That question's for me.
Yes.
Oh, thank you for that question. But it's not, guess what, though, Nadia, Queen Nadia? It's not trying, it's the impact we're going to make. Because you know what? That it's already been set, baby. It's
Yes.
already done.
Yes.
It's already done. God done already set the stage. So when the book come out, we know it's going to be a #1 international bestseller. I'm going for global, hence the name, Global
Over.
Caregiver. You see what I'm saying? God is doing this thing. He's just ordering my steps. I am
Absolutely.
so obedient to what God asked me to do. This is why you don't see me on Facebook all the time. I can't do it. I got to be about my Father's business. So when he say, daughter, I need you to go here, I need you to do this. Now I need you to sit down and write. Right? Get quiet and hear what the Holy Spirit is speaking heart to your spirit. We can't be so busy. We can't be doing a whole lot of stuff. I have just made up in my mind. I am not doing everything for everybody. God didn't call me to do everything. He called me to be right here.
Yes,
Global
ma'am.
Caregivers Network and Global Caregiver Speakers. And it's exclusively for caregivers. Do you know how many unpaid caregivers there is in the world? We talking
Yes.
about just in the United States.
Yes.
I think it's 40 million. I think it might be up to maybe 560 million now.
Wow.
Unpaid.
I'm
These are just caregivers. Can you piggyback on me, Dr. Joe?
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
just
I'm paid.
unpaid. These are just caregivers just in the home, just doing daily activities for their family, for their friends, for neighbors. Anytime you cannot do anything for yourself independently, then you're a caregiver.
Mm.
What's your activities of daily living, Nadia? Let me ask you a question. What's your activities of daily living? What do you do daily that you may need help with?
At any point, I mean, you can need help walking. You can need help getting in and out the bed. You can need help eating. You can need help
That's
breathing. At,
yeah.
at
Hey,
any point in life, as you stated, and because
That's
I'm a, just that just resonated with me because while I was waiting to get on this interview, I was sitting in my car and I'm at work, and so I was sitting in my car just digressing, and I work off of a main highway, and I heard like we always hear big trucks passing and stuff like that, but I heard like a crunch, like the truck had ran over something or something like that. Well, it ended up the truck had hit someone
mm,
that in their bicycle, right? And so it kind of
wow.
wow.
brought it all down like, wow, this man was not trying to get hit today. You know what
That's
I'm
right.
saying?
That's
Yeah.
right. Oh
He
my
was not.
goodness.
And then the thing about it, the truck kept going, and people, because I didn't see it, I just heard it, and so I didn't really know
Mhm.
that someone had gotten hit. Well, by the time I got out my car, people were just stopping, trying to help him, and it was a whole big to do. But
Sure.
saying all that to say, you know, this conversation that we just had and thinking about, I don't know if that was his wife or if it was someone that he knew that was out there trying to console him while he waited on the ambulance. But it
Mm.
was just like, I'm sure that that man did not intend
That's
to
right.
need someone like he's going to need someone today, you know?
Exactly.
So
Wow.
that just brought it all around. And so, with that being said, Dr. Joe, I want to ask you to give us your
Wow.
final thoughts.
Let me tell you, as a caregiver and dealing with your mental health as well as your physical health, you have to really, you can't take care of someone else if you're not taking care of yourself, whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Because if any of those are damaged, then how are you going to take care of someone else? So we have to really look out for ourselves first and then take care of the loved ones that we have. Because it's very difficult to take care of someone and you're not really healthy enough to take care of them. So that's the most important thing.
All right, good. And
Amen.
tell us
Amen.
about your business and how we can contact you.
Well, as you know, I am Dr. Josephine Harris, but you can call me Dr. Joe. I'm on all social media platforms. I'm also on the Herpreneur Network as the VP. I also have a website is Common Minds. It's www.commonmindsllc.com. I also have a blog called Healthy Minds and Hearts where I talk about my mental health challenges and what I overcame as a military spouse.
Right. All right.
That is
Good. Thank you, Dr.
beautiful.
Joe.
Yeah.
Yes. And Miss Visionary, Miss Sherrell D Mims, please
Sherelle D. The D is for darling.
tell us your final thoughts And how do we connect with you in the Global Caregivers Network?
Amen. Thank you so much for that question, Queen Nadia. So, my final words is this. In life, we all gonna go through something. And just remember this, you're gonna need someone to take care of you. Well, who's that? Rosalind Carter. She said there are four types of caregivers. You're either gonna be a caregiver, you're gonna need a caregiver, and there's two other ones that she talked about that I can't think of right off. But there's four types of caregivers. You're going to be a past, present, or future, or you're currently a caregiver. So just think about that. You just said that young man had no idea, and we just don't know how we gonna even come back home sometime.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's gonna need instant caregiving.
Yeah.
There's no telling how long it's going to take for him to recoup. And then after he recoup and get to rehab, he still may need some help.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we have a lot of people that have been just thrust into being caregivers. So those are my final words. Just know this: you either past, present, future, or you're taking care of someone right now. And so just know we're all going to need someone.
Yeah.
We're all going to need someone. And
Mm-hmm.
then just know this: it is an honor to take care of someone else. Consider it an honor. And more importantly, to take care of your mom and your dad.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, the Bible talks about honor thy mother and father, for you'll do good in the land. I'm rephrasing it, but honor thy mother and father first. And I'm telling you, your life is going to be so much better. It's going to be wonderful. So always family first. Take care of your family, man. Don't be going all around trying to take care of, everybody. Take care of your family first. The Bible instituted family first. Take care of your family. And so those are my words for tonight. You can contact me, Sherrell D Mims. I'm on Facebook, Global Caregivers Network, Global Caregiver Speakers. Connect with me. If you're interested in coming and doing an anthology, doing some kind of speaking engagement. We have other like events, summits, conferences that'll be coming up in 2023. And just a FYI, I'm getting my respite for December. Okay, I'm shutting it down for the month.
Yes, Miss Sherelle.
Girl, I got Miss Sherrell got to get her me time, baby.
Yes, you do. Because let me tell you, I get mine every month.
That's good. That's
you know,
good.
so you do it every month, and then you just make that time for yourself. So,
Mm-hmm.
speaking to the audience, connect with me, connect with Dr. Joe, connect with Nadia. We are all speakers, we are all caregivers. And I tell the mothers all the time, you believe, you think in your mind because your son or daughter went to college at 18 that you don't have no more caregiving,
Mm-mm.
baby. Your journey has just begun.
That's it.
Because now they are what? Interdependent on you. This
Oh
is why
yeah.
I'm sharing with you. Everyone is a caregiver.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone. But we tend to separate it though. We
Yeah.
compartmentalize it. Well, they
Yeah.
off to college now, they're gonna do their own thing. Guess
Mm-mm.
what? They need you even more now that they're in college because they've never been out there on their own. They
Yes.
have been programmed and structured to do things from the age of from in the womb up until 18, 21 years old.
Yeah.
Now they're on their own. Now they need you even more. Now you're really a caregiver. They need help with that bill. They need help doing this, doing that. Now you really a mother. Now you really a caregiver. So never say, "Oh, my caregiving day is over." That never
Mm-mm.
happens.
Mm.
So
And then
connect
you
with me.
grandmother.
Oh, you know what? And kudos to grandparents' day was yesterday. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Grandparents' day was yesterday. And so everything is in alignment. Queen Nadia, Queen Dr. Joe, your audience, listen, connect with us. If
Yes.
you in this listening audience is a caregiver, personal, professional, or family. And let me tell you something right now. There are a lot of you who are family caregivers. And I know right now, that you're going through something. You're having a hard time dealing with situations. Connect with me. Connect with Dr. Joe. Connect with Nadia. We all interloop together. But you need to get that release, have someone to talk with. Dr. Joe, she deals with the mental part of it. I deal with the mental part, but I'm gonna let her deal with it. I listen. I know how to share the wealth, baby. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. And then listen. And then listen. And then her business is called what? Calm
Calm
that
and minds.
mind. Calm that mind down, baby.
Yes. Yes.
That's where you need to be at. So yeah, then Queen Dr. Nadia, she got the fempreneur. A lot of you women, y'all need to get with Dr. Nadia. I'm calling her doctor too. We're all doing something. I'm telling you, we're all doing something. And so you can connect with any of us.
Yes.
But definitely caregiving, women, the fempreneurial business, the calming mind, connect with us. We are here for you. This not an I thing. This is a we thing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, like Les Brown would say, and
Thank
like
you
Dr. Sher
so
would say.
much,
I'm
Queen. Thank you,
saying,
ladies, so much for coming on tonight. I have thoroughly enjoyed you, thoroughly enjoyed you here tonight, talking about For the Love of Caregiving inaugural book project, an anthology with over 15 women participating, or it may be men too. I didn't even
man,
ask that.
yes,
Over 15 caregivers. And guess what? If you are a caregiver and you want to give your input, you still have a little bit of time. She's only selecting a few more people to be a
mm-hmm.
part of this anthology that will be released this November. Remember, there is power in the first, and we're going to leave
Yes.
right there with Power Conversations Live. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. Have a great evening.
Thank you, and good
Thank
night.
you. Good night.